Welcome to our bonus episode. Double the trouble, double the fun.
Double the trouble. And if you're watching on,
Toil,
oh my God,
toil, double, troil, double.
that's exactly the quote, just like Shakespeare. Um, for our bonus episode, we have a bonus guest. If you're watching,
Hi, Sora.
if
Sora
you're
wants to know
watching
what
on,
kind of witch she is.
what kind of witch are you? You're a treat witch.
Ooh,
Thank you.
a kisses witch.
If you're watching on YouTube, she's licking my face right now. But if you're listening on podcast, my voice sounds really weird.
Caitlin, what are we doing today? Why are we here?
This is the bonus episode of us taking a very official, peer-reviewed Buzzfeed quiz to see what kind of witch are you
Or
from a witch
more,
person.
or more punnily, which witch are you?
Why didn't they do that? They missed an opportunity.
It is. Oh, you're right. It's the name of our
What?
episode, though, so that's what matters.
Which witch are you?
Which witch are you?
All right, so
So before we
here's
take
the
the
deal.
quiz,
Oh,
do
tell
you
me.
have things to say about the quiz?
No, I was just gonna say here's the deal of the episode.
Oh, go. You go first. Explain it, and then I'll tell you my thing.
Yes. So Sarah and I just recorded our What Even the Heck is a Witch episode.
Which
And
the too long didn't read, nobody fucking knows. It's all we got.
no, no one freaking knows. But yeah, so kind of as a part of us like exploring different types of witches, we found a very official licensed quiz that Sarah and I will be taking at the exact same time, and then we're going to share our answers.
And we will put the link in the show notes. So if you want to join us and take the quiz with us, you
Yes.
can.
Awesome.
Caitlin, before we start,
Tell
the
me.
12 types of witches that are an option for this quiz
Okay.
are Storm Witch. I know, which I thought I made up in the last episode, but
That's
apparently it's a
amazing.
real thing. Sea Witch.
That came up for elemental for me
Okay,
too, like when
okay.
we were looking at it. Yeah, when I was doing the
Hedge
research.
Witch.
Yep.
Baby
You.
Witch.
Oh.
Crystal Witch.
Mm-hmm.
Divination Witch. Death Witch. Kitchen Witch. Green Witch. Cosmic or Lunar Witch. Chaos Witch. And
Me.
Fairy Witch. So of those, which one do you think you're gonna get?
Chaos.
I'm really torn because I think I identify as a hedge witch, but based on what else is on here, I could see getting either divination witch or kitchen witch because I work with the tarot a lot. I
Hmm.
work in the kitchen a lot, so I think I could see any of those happening.
I don't know what a fairy witch is,
I
but
think
I'm
it's like
kind of.
working with the fae.
I mean, all right. I'm gonna hedge my bets
Yeah.
on chaos witch.
Okay.
But I don't think I would be surprised by divination witch.
Hmm.
I want to know what a fairy witch is.
If you get fairy witch, let us know. Okay, hold on. I gotta let
Okay.
Mowgli out. He's freaking out. The name of the quiz is What Kind of Witch Are You? Parentheses from a witch herself. Created by River, a community contributor, so not staff writer, important designation.
Hmm.
But it is approved and edited by the Buzzfeed community team. And the subtitle is You may not know it yet, but there is a witch inside of you just waiting to be conjured.
Mm.
Sounds like the tagline for like a sexy witch romance novel that's possibly a bit disturbing.
Let's do that.
All right, you want to read the
Oh.
first question?
All right. The question is, which activity is your favorite? And here are our options. Researching healing potions, reading about Fae, watching a storm and collecting the water, making potions with foraged items, cooking dinner, doing these quizzes, stargazing, gardening, offering flowers at graves,
Hmm,
recharging my crystals, practicing tarot, or listening to music.
this is very hard.
This is really hard. Like, what's sticking out to you?
My contenders so far are making potions with foraged items,
Hmm.
cooking dinner, practicing tarot. I think it's probably one of those three. I do all of those Well, I cook dinner and practice tarot every day, but making potions with foraged items sounds like fun.
Yeah. Okay, so mine is researching healing potions because I work in healthcare
I didn't even
and
think of that.
knowing how to heal people is like very interesting to me. Practicing tarot or listening to music. Those, I don't know which one is my favorite.
I think I'm gonna go with cooking dinner, and here's my reasoning.
Okay, tell me.
No matter what kind of mood I'm in, I always feel better after cooking dinner. I love cooking.
Mm.
It puts me in a good mood. I also talk to my ancestors a lot while I cook, so it is a magical practice for me.
Oh, cute. Okay.
And like, I feel like all of these other things on here, like, I enjoy a lot, but it's more like, okay, do I want to like study tarot right now? Do I want to work on this? Do I want to do that? Cooking dinner, it's like
Yeah.
I do it every day. It's such a rejuvenating part of my day. It like grounds me. I really like
Yeah.
enjoy the creative art of like, oh, what do I want to put in this meal? I think it's cooking dinner for me.
Because of what you said, I was like, yeah, actually, I love practicing tarot. I love researching healing potions and like medicine, but listening to music really like fills my cup. Listening
That's
to
what I
music
thought you
is,
were gonna choose. I was like so
yeah,
much of who you are and what you do is music.
I know. Like when I'm in a bad mood, I just put on my playlist. Do you know? Okay, sorry, this is such a side tangent. Do
You
you
have, wait,
know?
your moon is in Pisces, right?
My moon is in Scorpio.
Oh, okay. I always think it's in Pisces. I don't know why. In my
I
heart, it's in
know all of
Pisces.
my best friends are Pisces, like
Mm, that's
almost
why.
all of my best friends. Okay, I want to give you like a little fun fact. Did you know that I have been making monthly playlists on Spotify since 2014?
Wow.
So
And you've stuck with it.
I've stuck with it. So every month,
That's commitment.
it's not music I've found, it's music that I love and have found. But even if it's like a really old song that I love, if I'm listening to it that month, I'll put it in my playlist. And I have been faithfully doing that since
Oh, that's
2014.
adorable.
Yeah, so listening to music is mine.
Okay.
You do the next one.
Which element do you connect with the most? Air, earth, water, or fire?
So
Are we
this is
just each gonna
hard.
pick our like signs? I'm struggling because water is so important to me. Like I
Hmm.
have said like baths, lakes, being in the river, like
Hmm.
working with water. Water is a huge part of who I am in my practice, but
Hmm.
also like earth is like earth is my healer. Like I go to be with the trees when I feel overwhelmed, like even as a little
Yeah.
girl, like getting out in like both of those are super important to me. Earth, like I feel equal about both of those.
Yeah, I was kind of doing the same thing where it was like we talked about how I am a firebender, but I'm really inclined to say water.
Mm.
I get so happy when I'm able to see the ocean, be in the ocean, be swimming. Like when it's raining, I love it. Like, I feel like I very identify with fire, but I connect with water the most. So I'm gonna
Okay,
say
I'm
water.
gonna be a nerd about it
Oh,
and ask the
yes.
tarot, what element am I most connected to? Ooh, this one? I got wands.
Oh.
Which is funny because I was thinking like as I was speaking, I was thinking like, well, but the truth of the matter is like wands is the first element I started working with in my tarot. Like wand,
Mm,
fire, whenever I don't know what to do. Like I've actually been working really hard on bringing more earth and water magic into my life because my instinct is always to use
interesting.
like a spell candle, a cauldron, like fire. I'm very creative. Like I love staring at fire. Like if I think about my magic practice, it has always leaned fire, but I
Yeah.
feel like I always try to uh like I as a person am more like um I see more potential for me at this point in my life with earth and water,
Yes.
but I do have like my moon is in Aries, my rising is in Aries, my or in Leo, my Venus is in Aries. I'm fire all around. And so I feel like that Tara knows me better than I do and I'm picking fire.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting though. I
Yeah.
love that.
Okay,
All
Caitlin,
right.
what is our next question?
What is your favorite color? We
Ooh.
got gray, purple, Pastels, that's not a color, that's a
It's for
family.
the fairies.
Dark green, blue, earth tones,
Hmm.
really anything, white, black, rainbow, red, or yellow.
I'm picking really anything because, like, every time someone asks me what's your favorite color, I'm like, I love all colors. It depends on the context. And my little autism brain is like, well, it depends. Is it for my wall, my clothes? My like, blah, blah, blah. I'm very like, I don't have a
My
favorite
aura?
color. It really just changes. I was gonna say earth tones because I do love earth tones, but when I saw really anything, I'm like, that's me.
Yeah, I'm between purple and yellow.
Mhm.
Lately, I'm aware. Um, I yellow is my favorite color, but lately, everything that I've been, my goodness, lately everything that I have been like adorning myself with has been purple. Like
Yeah, okay,
my hair,
okay.
my keyboard. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I do yellow or purple?
Um, if you could only have one color in your life from here on out, would you
Oh,
pick yellow or purple?
oh, that's so hard.
I know.
Yellow like resonates very much with my like personality, but purple I love because um purple is the one made up color. I'm gonna have to go put her down really quick. Hold on.
You're good, you're good. You're
Love
wearing
it.
yellow. You're wearing yellow pants, so you do
I
still have the
know,
yellow.
I know. I always wear something yellow or I always like pick something yellow. My planner is yellow. Yeah, I think like yellow suits me the best as a person.
Yeah.
But fun fact, you know that like purple is a made up color in our brains.
Wow, I didn't
I
know
have
that.
I have a rant about that. This is bonus episode. I could say whatever I
Yeah,
want. We
whatever.
do
I
that
can
anyway.
I can cut it out if it's too long.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Our visual, I'm a huge nerd. If it's not apparent, both of us are. But the light spectrum
Yes.
ranges from red, which is the lowest energy, to blue, like an indigo, almost like an ultraviolet blue, is
Okay.
the highest frequency. We have rods and cones in our eyes that pick up red, green, and blue. And so when we get signals from like light sources, they'll activate any combination of red, green, and blue
Hmm.
to signal to us what color that is. And depending on how many frequencies they give us, our brain goes, okay, I got it. So if it's between red and blue, it's green is the middle color, Roy G. Biv.
Right, right. And that's
So
how you
any
get like, yellow or orange is
yes
yeah.
is somewhere between you're having red cones and green cones fire off, and then your brain is going, okay, it's somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah, and then
And
depending
then
on
the
how
same,
much of each it kind of hones in. Okay, understood.
yeah. So when our brain processes red and blue cones, it goes, oh, of course, the middle is green, but none of the green cones are firing. So
Hmm.
your brain goes, what the fuck do I do with that information? Purple. There is no signal in our eyes that actually picks up on purple. So our brains have created this extra color going, the green ones aren't going off, but red and blue are going off. So purple.
Based on that rant alone, I think you have to pick purple. Like yellow might be your go-to color, but purple's
Yellow's
clearly your favorite. You think it's cool as
con-
fuck.
conceptually, it's fascinating.
But
So it
actually,
could,
I think based on the fact that the quiz is going to be more like this is who you are based on what you answer,
yeah,
maybe you pick yellow because that's
I'll
more
pick
like who
yellow.
you are. Yeah.
I'll pick yellow, but I'm obsessed with the color purple.
Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't that amazing? All right, Sarah, read the next
All
question.
right, which would be your ideal familiar? Squirrel, cat, lion, I don't want one, I'm not sure. Butterfly, dolphin, frog, anything that chooses me, owl, crow, or dog.
Who says I don't want one?
I know people who like don't like animals. Fucking weird.
Ew.
I know. First of all, okay, I think everyone thinks they know what I'm gonna say.
I actually kind of don't know what you're gonna. I know what you're gonna say though. I think.
I think everyone thinks I'm gonna say dog, right? Because like I'm a big dog girly. But here's the thing. I love dogs as pets. I would pick crow.
Oh, I thought you were gonna pick cat.
I love my cat as a pet too. But like my deepest desire in this lifetime, literally, I'm gonna
Yes,
read you my bucket list as we speak
Sarah, it's on my bucket list too. It's on my bucket list too. I swear to God.
because we're besties for a reason. Okay, I have a very short bucket list.
Okay.
Publish a book.
hmm
See the
Coming up.
stars in New Zealand, ideally with Charlie.
Gorgeous.
Be gifted a surprise puppy.
Yes. I
Go
knew that one.
to, this is my favorite that you're gonna love. Go to Japan with Smelly Bean and eat Smelly Beans.
By the way,
So
Smelly Bean is
Smelly,
is Sarah's nickname for me because I tried to describe a very specific dish from Japan, and I was like, basically, they're smelly beans, and that's my
yeah,
name now.
yes. So they are my Smelly Bean.
Oh,
Uh, I skate in a red dress at the Rockefeller Center around Christmas time.
love,
Visit six of the seven continents, not Antarctica, because visiting Antarctica is problematic for the environment.
love that.
Go somewhere that's light or dark for 24 hours, like only light or only dark, and experience that. And
Talk
then
to Ingrid.
last, but most prevalent, befriend a crow.
Befriend a crow is also on my bucket list. I want a crow friend so bad that I'm trying to manifest it. It's my only sticker on my water bottle right now.
The only reason I haven't started it, specifically, it's ravens in our area, and the only reason I haven't
Mm,
befriended them, like we have a whole vibe going on. We talk like they see me, I see them, but we like give each other space, is
hmm.
because of Mowgli. And I feel like it would be a
Oh.
problem. Like he'd bother them, they'd bother him, it would be a whole thing.
Also,
But
Hector would
yeah, but Hector
definitely.
stays inside, so it's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
But so I think like if I could have one familiar, it would be like one of the like even here I get messages from the Ravens all the time where I was like coming home one day thinking about something about whether or not to do something and there were 13 ravens sitting out in front of my house just like watching me. And so I've always had like a little bit of a thing with crows and ravens. I love them. They're so witchy and I just I feel like they know so much that we don't realize that they know. And so as a
They
familiar, I
do.
would pick a crow.
I don't know if this is peer reviewed either, but crows and ravens and corvids of any kind, they actually are really special birds because I don't, I've heard that this is maybe not true.
Okay.
Don't quote me on this, but they
It's a
are
bonus
actually one of,
episode. We don't have to have facts.
no, but they are of the most social birds
Mm,
because they're the whites of their eyes are more easily seen. So they are more
whoa.
social. And being able to see eye directionality is an indication of being social
Huh.
because you can see where they're looking. And
If that's not true, I want it to be true.
I know,
It's
I
very
know. So
cool.
they do know things. I used to be very connected to crows in Japan. I had a
Yeah.
Filipino aunt, or not aunt, nanny, and she used to be like, "Oh my God, there's crows there. We're not going to go down that street." And I was like, "Why not? They're really cute." All right, so you're picking crow. My partner would pick owl. Um, I kind of want to just say anything that chooses me.
I love that.
Like I know that I'm a dog as a human, and dogs look at me and they're like, "Oh, you're one of us." But a familiar, it's just I would
Yeah,
have to.
it's
It would
different.
have
It's a
to.
different energy, right? Like I love my
Yeah.
dogs and cats. I want a house full of them, but I don't want them to I want to take care of them. I don't want them to be like my assistants.
Yes.
I don't
All
try.
right.
Have you met dogs and cats? They're so sweet, but they're so dumb. Like I want
They're so
something smarter. I
dumb.
want a crow.
My dog's too smart. Oh my God.
All right,
All
next
right.
question.
You got it.
No, I did the last one.
You did?
Hmm.
Oh my God. Do I have short-term memory? Okay. Which type of water are you collecting? Any water that charges my crystals, storm water, moon water, rain. I don't need to collect water. Sun water for my plants, ocean water, dirt, river water, dirt.
Wait, dirt is not water.
Hold up, hold up. Wait, I gotta.
Testing you there. Do you know what water is?
That sounds like chaos witch energy. Which water do you want? Dirt. Oh my God. All right. River water, water from a babbling brook on a sunny day. Okay, that's like real specific.
So specific.
Um,
Painting a picture.
it doesn't matter. It's just water. Or I'm putting a jar of water outside during a specific moon phase.
I'm
Um,
trying to decide what the answer would be like if it's different water for different purposes.
that's what I was thinking. I like collecting rainwater
Hmm.
because I like collecting that for my little planties. But I,
Okay, I'm gonna phrase it this way.
okay,
Which of these waters to you would feel the most magically potent?
ocean water.
Okay.
I feel I
I think river water for me. I have a whole thing with I love
is it not? Is it not water from a babbling brook on a sunny day?
It is water from a babbling brook on a sunny day.
I think the ocean water always makes me feel like grounded. It makes me feel better.
Yeah.
I'm from an island.
I've always
Um,
said my dream is to live on a river. We live with a river kind of nearby here. Like rivers, I think are just
mm,
such a unique magic.
all right.
All right,
Now
which
it's actually your
movie?
turn.
Now it's actually my turn. Which movie or TV genre is your favorite? Cooking shows, mystery, action adventure, crime. I mainly watch YouTube, or everything, anything on Discovery Channel or Animal Planet, comedy, fantasy. I'm saving it for last. Hocus Pocus, documentaries, or
Sorry,
mer
Hocus
or
Pocus, specifically the movie Hocus
yeah.
Pocus.
The movie Hocus Pocus, documentaries, or Mermaid Core.
Hocus Mermaid Core. Like you watch, what is it that show like H2O?
Anything mermaid themed. We're laughing, but like I have a friend who has a thing about mermaids. Like there's definitely people who that's a hard yes for them. Oh
Oh,
my God.
oh my God.
Okay.
I don't know. My brain is automatically going like, but what what I watched the most true crime and documentaries.
Yeah. So I'm definitely having to focus book or movie here because my brain is like, well, I like fantasy books, but specifically movie TV, I would say like it's really hard because like I watch a lot of horror
Yes.
because I have a spooky movie friend group and we all watch horror movies together. But
Right.
it's not like my favorite. I'm not like horror is the best out there. It's just the one I watch most frequently because of context.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm kind of the same about true crime. Like I watch true crime. I don't think it resonates with me like as a human. I'm more just like I like hearing about true stories. I
yeah.
like hearing about like a mystery and I like learning history. I like things that have actually happened.
I also watch a lot. I watch a lot of dramas that were written for teenagers.
Love that. Love.
Like I watch a lot of what was that? Never Have I Ever,
Oh,
Riverdale, like that, all that kind of shit. All the Netflix teen drama, like
I
comedy
love
dramas
that.
and dramas.
Sex education.
Sex Education, so good. I also love like
Beautiful.
kids shows like Avatar,
Yes.
Hilda, but none of those are options
Bob's
here.
Burgers.
Bob's Burgers is
I
great.
fall asleep to Bob's Burgers. All right. I think fantasy really aligns with who I am and what like media I most like consuming and most want to be a part of too and like
Mm,
love engaging in it.
okay, okay.
True crime is time wise the one I watch the most. I'm gonna say fantasy.
I'm kind of like curveball here, kind of thinking I might pick mystery.
Ooh, okay.
And I don't know why.
Do it. I mean,
It's just speaking to me on a soul level and figured out why I picked mystery.
why?
Because I think all my favorite shows, like when I think about shows like when I was younger that I really enjoyed or was really drawn to, it was always like they were all different genres. Like I really liked ghost hunting shows. I really liked like
Oh,
the
okay.
comedy show Psych.
I love
I
yes.
really like true crime. And so when you
Mhm.
take it all together, they all revolve around like something's going on and you don't know why or what it is and you're trying to figure it out. And I love a puzzle. Like I love like
Yes.
my favorite show now, if we're being completely honest, is the Dimension 20 series on
Oh,
Dropout TV. Like I love which is like
yes.
sometimes fantasy, but sometimes it's real world. Sometimes and it's not about
Hmm.
the genre, it's about the fact that they're trying to solve something or figure something out, and I fucking love that.
Yes. Oh, I love.
Okay.
All right, are you ready for the next
Yes.
one? What would your book of shadows look like?
Mm.
And Sarah, give us a little like definition of book of shadows.
Well, the first answer is what's that? So so if you're hearing that and you're like, what's a book of shadows? That's your answer.
Yeah.
A book of shadows, you can also sometimes be called a grimoire. They can also be defined as two different things. A
Mhm.
grimoire is more traditionally considered like a magical cookbook. So if you think about it, it's like a place where all of the different spells and magical things are stored. Whereas a book of shadows is more like a magical notebook. So it's where you could record
Mhm.
like tarot pulls that you do, magic that you do to keep track of how it comes together, rituals, keeping track of like moon phases, taking notes on things you're studying. So basically, like typically you would have a book of shadows, and then as you kind of came across different spells, different learnings, things, you'd put that in your grimoire over
Mhm.
time, or they can be the same thing. It just depends on how you practice.
All right. So option one, what's that? Yellow and white with the sun on it, like an old library book, pastel with mushroom stickers on it,
Mm.
black with a skull on it. It's gray and relatively plain. Sorry to yuck anyone's yum, but ew, no.
Also, I
Um,
love that some of these are like theoretical, like oh, pastel with mushrooms stickers on it, and this one's like they're like it's gray, and they
it's
have one. It's gray, it's plain. Don't worry about it. We don't talk about
don't look
it.
at it. White or green with herbs glued to it.
These are so
Black,
specific.
I know. Black or green with flowers. Blue with just a small shell on it. I wonder what that's for.
Well, it's
Um,
funny, like they're so specific. It
I
like,
know. I
what if
know.
mine is blue with six shells on it? What
With
do
a
I pick?
small, what if I want a big shell on it?
Right. What if mine is gray, but it's not plain
Intricate and
and
gray.
gray?
This we have a lot of problems with this quiz.
Anyway.
A drawing of the moon phases, bright and colorful, or a cookbook.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with like an old library book, and the reason I'm saying that is because my
I
actual
knew
book of
you were going to choose that.
showers, my actual book of shadows is a big leather bound journal, and I feel like an old library book is the closest to that. And if we're being completely honest, what I want my book of shadows to look like is the big book in Practical Magic, or not Practical Magic, Charmed, the TV show.
Yes.
So that's kind of like an old library book. That's what I'm picking.
I wanted to choose an old library book, but you obviously know the first one is looks exactly like my planner. It's yellow and white with this one is a moon, but this with
But
the sun on it. Yeah, that would be mine.
yeah,
100%.
that is absolutely yours.
100%. All right. Pick
All
a
right, now
house.
we're doing a little like dip into the game mash. Pick a house. I think we know right away what mine is, except that, oh my God. Okay. The
Maybe
first
this is hard.
one, the first one is a
Oh,
cottage. I know you just saw it. A cottage in the woods with deer roaming in the yard. Deer spelled Dear. So just a bunch of deers running through the yard. Oh, my dear.
I'm imagining my partner just like naked roaming the
I'm
yard, and that's all
imagining
they
like old
do.
British ladies with parasols and white lace gloves on, just walking around my yard. So that's one option. A mushroom-shaped cottage, a beach
Mhm.
house, a Gothic-style funeral home, a nice modern home with a great kitchen, an old Blockbuster video store, a stormy cliffside dwelling, a cottage surrounded by hedges, a house with plenty of windows and skylights, a house far away from any light pollution so you can see the stars.
Oh,
Oh, a cottage in a forest meadow where the sun beautifully shines, and a house in the suburbs.
no.
No.
Ew.
So I was struggling as we were reading this because I was like, well, I want a cottage that has deer, but I also want a house with big windows, but I also want this, but I want that. But then when we got to the cottage in a meadow where the sun
Hmm.
shines, like that's the vibe. That's the vibe.
That is the vibe. Mine is between a beach house
Mm.
and a house with plenty of windows and skylights. I
Hmm.
love a house with like a lot of just like
I do
bright,
too.
but it depends where it is. Because
Yeah.
if I'm in the middle of freaking Tokyo with a
Yes.
giant window,
Yes.
no
I
ma'am.
mean, that's why I picked the meadow because it still has the sun, but it's a cottage in a meadow.
And the beach house because I would love just I love
Yeah.
like the
And
sounds
beach
of the
houses always have big
oceans.
windows. What's the point of a beach house if you don't have
I
a big window?
know. Or an old Blockbuster video store.
Why not?
Why not? Um, I'm gonna say for me though, primarily it's a house with plenty of windows and skylights. Like
Okay,
I think
done. Yeah, that's
that's
your
mostly what I want.
priority. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my priority. I would love the beach to be nearby. All right. Which spell would you use?
Ooh,
It's so broad and vague.
why
Okay.
not all of them?
Porque no los todos. Is what I say to myself when I'm
You.
trying to pick food.
Mm.
All right. Something to conjure up a storm,
Okay.
one to see the future,
Okay.
one to bring back someone from the dead, and herbal healing potion. A herbal healing potion is what it should say.
And well,
But
no, because in you're speaking British,
oh,
an herbal healing potion is
an
how we
herbal.
say it.
Whoops. Okay. I was like, wait, hold on. Also, a herbal healing potion is not a spell, but
And continue.
oh, okay. One for cleaning up plastic in the oceans.
Oh, how benevolent. I feel like we're bad people if we don't pick that one.
I know, like, oh, I want one
Mm.
for like making me rich.
Right, the next one for good fortune. It's like, no,
One for good
no, I don't
fortune.
want good fortune. I want my greatest desire is to save the world, of course.
Hmm. One for protection from evil, one for good fortune, one for protection against dark energies.
Which is different than evil, apparently.
A protection or a potion that enhances taste. Let's change that to a spell that enhances taste because
Yeah.
that's what we're talking
I
about.
mean, potions are like you could consider them as a type of spell.
I'm going to change them to spell for what we were talking about right
Okay.
now. Wait, isn't it? Yeah, which spell would you use?
Yeah, but
Okay.
some people consider potions a spell.
Oh,
They're
okay.
just a different way of doing magic. Yeah.
Okay. A potion for new beginnings.
Okay.
Fool, hello. A potion for chaos.
Delightful.
A potion to feed to my plants that help them grow.
You know, in Dungeons and Dragons, like
Hmm.
wild magic, where when you
Yeah.
like use enough magic, you roll a dice and something random happens. That's what a
Hmm.
potion for chaos makes me think
Hmm.
of. This one's really hard. I don't really know. I guess.
I
I
have one that
guess
I use.
I think I would do a healing potion. Like
Hmm.
I think I aspire for more of my magic to be like healing and helping others in that way.
Yeah, same.
Um
Yeah.
and like it's a part of magic I'm always very drawn to. And so I think I'm gonna pick that one.
I like that. I think if it was a healing spell, I think that's like definitely what I'm drawn to. Like if I could have any spell, it would be one to do healing with
I
because
think you
I
can
am
consider it
yeah,
that. I think that's what
because
they mean.
I'm in like medicine stuff, so I really love that idea. But the one spell that I actually do, and I've talked about this one before, is for protection against dark energies, and
Yeah, with the
it's
arms.
yeah, like slipping off and like
Yeah,
protecting people from bad shit that they go through in the day. I think
I
that's the
love
one that I
that.
actually do.
And
So
that's, I mean, that's why I was like kind of hesitating is because a lot of the magic I do for my clients right now, and a lot of that is protection magic. A
yeah,
lot, that's what a lot of people request. It's a lot of what I do. But the thing I feel most drawn to is
yeah.
healing. And so I think that that's
Mm.
my choice.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, okay, let's put an asterisk in. We would clean up the plastic in the ocean.
Right, right, of course.
We
Yes.
would do that.
Yes,
100%.
obviously.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you're doing the protection from dark energies?
Yes, that's
Nice.
mine.
All right, I love this question. Trust your intuition and simply pick a word that feels right. Deep. Far, obsidian, end, bright, different, create, make, happy, evil, cosmos, and apple.
The fuck?
I
Okay.
know mine instantly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, what's
I'm
yours?
not going to tell you because you have to trust your intuition. So you have to pick one.
In between two.
What are
Okay.
they?
Bright and Cosmos. I think it's
Ooh,
Bright. Bright is
I
the one that,
I love that.
yeah,
I
what's yours?
picked I picked create.
Oh,
And
I
see,
like that
that's why
next to each
fire
other.
came up earlier, because like create, like that's
Yeah,
so what I do and what I
that's very
love.
fire energy. I don't know, bright. I also have this thing about the mouthfeel of words, and it's like the worst way to describe it. But
No,
it's like
I
the
people hate the word mouthfeel. I secretly love it. I think it's a perfect word for what it is. I think it describes it exactly.
but it's also the word that I also love is mellifluous, or like the mellifluidity of words
I've
is
never
like
heard that.
mellifluidity I might have made up, but
Okay.
it's mellifluous is a word to describe something that is like sonorously pleasing. It's so
Oh,
you know like that
like the
phrase like
word
cellar door,
bubbles.
bubbles, cellar door,
Okay,
like where it
okay.
like flows really nicely despite the meaning of the word.
Yeah.
Um, cookie, I hate that word. Cookie,
Cookie.
cookie sounds like the worst. It's crunchy, it's gross.
But the
No,
cookies are crunchy.
I know, but
Little
I don't like
crunchy
the way
cookie.
I don't like the way that it sounds. I don't like saying it. So
Okay,
it's
I'll
really hard
stop
for
saying
me.
it.
No. I don't like saying it, but you
If
can.
you ever
It's
have kids, you can't watch Cookie Monster with them.
no, we can watch it all day. I just won't acknowledge him.
Yeah, because they'll just be like, we want cookies.
The blue monster, wonderful. But yeah, so it's hard for me to also differentiate the word meaning between like what do I like saying, and I actually like the word bright, but I also like the way it sounds. So
Okay.
yeah, we're there. I love how
Okay,
many tangents
this
we're
last
going on.
question feels like a cop out.
Lastly, which out of the options I've provided you, which one do you think or know you are? So it's the list of witches that we said before. So I'm going to go through them quick because we already said them. Storm witch, sea witch, hedge witch, baby witch, crystal witch, divination witch, death witch, kitchen witch, green witch, cosmic or lunar witch, chaos witch, or fairy witch. And now witch has totally lost its meaning to me right now. Like
Is
I'm
it
seeing it too much.
terrible that my instinct is to pick Fairy Witch just to be like, this doesn't align with any of my answers. What are you going to do with this?
You're gonna
In
choose
which
one of those
case, maybe
too?
I am a Chaos Witch.
I think you are. Um,
I mean, I'm gonna pick Hedge Witch personally because we
the
talked
hell
about
is a
it.
the hell is a baby witch? Is that just like I'm new?
What?
What?
No, you gotta read yours because I don't understand how they got mine.
Okay, I think I have to say chaos witch because
Is
it
that what
just
you feel is true out of those choices?
well, I'm not a fairy witch. I'm not a death, not a kitchen. Green witch maybe, cosmic or lunar not really. Crystal no, divination maybe, baby no, hedge maybe, sea and storm no. I think like chaos is just I don't know. I think it's like working with chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say
Chaos
chaos witch.
Magic is a whole thing we'll probably do an episode on at some point.
Uh-huh.
What'd you
All
get? What'd you
right.
get?
I'm a sea witch.
I kind of saw that coming. You were picking a lot of ocean things.
I was, but I it's interesting. It's really interesting now. All right. What about you?
Well, that's why I'm so fascinated because I got Divination Witch.
Oh,
Which like aligns professionally. I read tarot. It says you like tarot, palm readings, and meditation. As a divination witch, a lot of pressure is often put on you since many seek answers of what is yet to come, but they need to remember to look within first. You probably believe that while
yeah.
part of our destiny is predetermined, we still create our own fate. And that is all true. But why it surprises me is I feel like none of the answers I picked were that. Like I was like picking like cottage, healing potion, cooking, like how did they get
Yeah.
divination witch out of that? I didn't even pick the tarot cards. So I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated.
I'm fascinated too because I said chaos and like I feel like bright and
Yeah,
the yellow book.
you didn't even pick the beach house.
No, I protect protection against dark energies, windows and skylights, yellow with a white sun on it, fantasy.
Yeah.
I just picked ocean water and water for my and listening to music. Like I
Yeah.
okay, so
Fascinating.
you're a sea witch, extreme feeling extremely at home near the ocean or really any body of water. You're mysterious and move with the tides. You probably
Hmm.
loved mermaids as a child and maybe even know some real ones now. I did spend all of my time swimming as a child. Like I grew up,
So does the question of the day is, does the quiz know you better than you know yourself?
oh, maybe that's why I feel so uncomfortable in Denver because like the ocean is so far away. I honestly It's really weird. I've never lived so far away from the ocean before, and it makes me like really unsettled.
I love the idea that you might change your whole life based off this quiz.
I'm
Move
gonna
to
get a
the
book with a
ocean.
shell on it.
Move to the ocean. Or
I'm gonna
get a
move.
book with shell on it. Life changing.
Whoa.
Oh man.
Oh,
So my
weird.
takeaway
Okay.
was this was fun. I don't think it's
This is
totally
fun.
wrong, and I think
I
it's
don't
more
think it's
nuanced
totally
than
true.
this quiz could possibly provide.
Or maybe it knows things about you that you really didn't know about yourself. Like, I'm a sea witch.
Sea witch. All right, well,
Hmm.
that's it. So go take the quiz, find out what kind of witch
Yeah.
you are, and talk to you later.
And tell us what kind of witch you are too, and whether you agree or disagree with it. I'm
Yes.
really curious to see, especially let us know if you were a baby witch and tell me what the hell that means.
You don't know. So a baby witch is a term that became really popular when witchy like Instagrams took off, like the
Hmm.
whole online movement of witches, and it is the term of for a new witch. So someone who is new to witchcraft, they're just starting to explore their magic. That's like all the questions that were like, what is
I don't know.
that?
What
Or
is
like, I
that?
don't
Okay.
know, whatever. Like I'm open to anything. That's baby witch energy.
I kind of love the idea of like literal like baby stuff
Oh, ooh,
being a part.
or
That's what I
being
was
a
thinking.
baby witch. Like you are a baby and you can do epic magic.
Like Jack Jack from The Incredibles. Like you're just
Exactly
like a
like Jack Jack.
tiny
Yes.
little witch.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let us know your interpretation of a baby witch. Let us know if you are one and tell us what the answer was in the description because we don't know. And I'm not going to do this
Yeah.
again. Sorry.
All right. Well, I guess that's it.
All right.
Should I do our little thing still, even though it's a bonus
Oh,
episode,
let's do
or should
it.
we
Let's
just
do our
okay,
thing.
as
Let's do
is
our thing.
above,
So is below.
as is within.
So is without.
Thank you.
I love you.
And blessed
Blessed
be.
be. Goodbye.
Bye.